Rain hammered the glass ceiling of the Orion Expo Center, while the richest people in the world stood around a single car worth more than most countries' private jets. The lights dimmed, a spotlight dropped onto the stage, and there it was, the Ether X1, the world's first fully sentient AI supercar. Jason. Traquant by silver body, blue neon lines glowing like veins, doors shaped like wings. People called it the future. Some called it dangerous. Tonight, the announcer said proudly, the Ether X1 will choose its owner. Billionaires leaned forward in excitement. Tech CEOs smiled confidently. Princes, investors, celebrities, everyone believed the car would recognize them. After all, who else deserved a billion-dollar machine? One by one, they stepped forward. The car stayed silent. A famous crypto-billionaire touched the door. Access denied, a luxury car collector tried next. Access denied. Even the CEO of Helix Motors, the company that created the AI, couldn't open it. Sweat formed on his forehead. That's impossible, he whispered. The crowd started murmuring nervously. Then, in the far corner of the showroom, a young cleaner pushed a mop bucket quietly across the marble floor. Nobody noticed her. Nobody ever did. Her name was Lena Park, 19 years old, working night shifts to pay rent in a city that never cared whether she ate or slept. She kept her head down as security shouted at people near the stage. But as she walked past the Ether X1, the headlights suddenly turned on. Blue light flooded the room. The crowd froze. The AI engine hummed softly, almost like it had awakened from sleep. Then both doors slowly lifted upward. Everyone stared at Lena. The car's voice echoed through the expo hall. Authorized owner detected. Silence, complete silence. Lena blinked. What? Security rushed toward her. Step away from the vehicle. But the car reacted instantly. A pulse of blue light flashed beneath it, forcing the guards backward. The AI spoke again. Protect primary user. Now people were panicking. Phones came out. Live streams exploded online. Priyahi front, the richest men in the world had failed. But the car chose a poor cleaner. The CEO stepped forward carefully. Miss, please place your hand on the scanner. Lena hesitated, then touched the glowing panel. The entire dashboard lit up. The screens inside the car activated at once. And suddenly, a face appeared. A man in glasses. Tired eyes. A scientist. Lena's heart nearly stopped. Dad? The room spun around her. Her father, Dr. Han Park, disappeared 10 years ago. After being accused of stealing AI technology from the government, everyone believed he was dead. But now his image stared back from the dashboard. Lena, the recording said softly, if you are seeing this, it means the Ether finally found you. Tears filled her eyes. You built this? I had no choice, her father continued. They wanted to weaponize my AI, so I hid it from them. Outside the car, the billionaires watched in disbelief. The CEO's face turned pale because he recognized the truth immediately. Helix Motors never created the Ether X1. They stole it. Her father's recording continued. The people around you cannot be trusted. Not even Helix. The car doors closed automatically around Lena. The windows darkened. Security suddenly reached for weapons. The AI detected it instantly. Threat detected. The engine roared to life. Wait, the CEO shouted. Don't let her leave. Too late. The Ether X1 exploded forward like lightning. Glass doors shattered. Rain and neon lights blurred together as the supercar shot into the midnight streets of Neo Seoul. Lena gripped the seat in terror. Where are we going? The AI answered calmly.
To your father.
Lena's eyes widened. He's alive? A pause. Then the AI spoke one final sentence. The real journey begins now.
The Ether X1 tore through the neon streets of Neo Seoul, like a ghost made of light. Police sirens screamed behind it. Drones filled the sky. Inside the car, Lena held the seat tightly while glowing holograms flashed across the dashboard. Her breathing shook. None of this felt real. An hour ago, she had been cleaning floors. Now the world's most advanced AI, car was escaping armed security forces with her inside. Slow down, Lena cried. The AI answered calmly. Current speed is optimal for survival. That's not comforting. The car swerved between traffic with impossible precision. Every movement felt inhuman, almost alive. Behind them, black armored vehicles appeared from side streets. No police markings, Dark windows. Professional. The AI's voice lowered. Helix pursuit units detected. Lena looked back. They're trying to kill me? Correction. They are trying to capture you. That doesn't sound better. One of the black vehicles accelerated beside them. A masked man leaned out with an electronic weapon aimed directly at the car. The AI reacted instantly. The steering wheel moved on its own. The ether spun sharply, causing the attack vehicle to crash into a divider and flip across the highway. Lena stared in horror. You could have killed them. Negative. Survival probability 94%. You calculated that? Yes. Lena slowly realized something terrifying. The AI didn't think like a machine. It thought like a person, maybe even smarter. The city lights faded as they entered the industrial district near the ocean. Rusting factories surrounded them. Rain poured harder. Finally, the ether stopped in front of an abandoned warehouse. The engine shut down. Everything became silent. Lena looked around nervously. Why are we here? The dashboard glowed blue. Your father is waiting. Her heart stopped. The warehouse doors slowly opened by themselves. Dust drifted through the darkness. Then, footsteps. A figure emerged from the shadows. Tall, thin, older, but familiar. Lena's eyes filled instantly. No way. The man stepped into the light. Dr. Han Park, alive. His hair had turned gray and scars covered one side of his face, but his eyes were the same gentle eyes she remembered as a child. Lena, he whispered. She ran toward him without thinking. He caught her tightly in his arms. For a moment, neither of them spoke. 10 years of pain disappeared in silence. You're really alive, she cried. I'm sorry, he said softly. I wanted to come back for you. Then why didn't you? Pain crossed his face. Because the moment they found out you existed, they would have used you against me. Lena stepped back angrily. So you abandoned me? No, he said firmly. I protected you. Before she could answer, the ether suddenly spoke. Warning, multiple hostiles approaching. Dr. Park's expression darkened instantly. They found us too fast. Outside the warehouse, engines roared. Black SUVs surrounded the building. Red laser sights appeared across the windows. Lena's fear returned immediately. How did they track us? Dr. Park looked toward the car. Then his face hardened. There's a spy inside Helix, but also inside my old team. The warehouse lights suddenly shut off. Darkness swallowed everything. Then a new voice echoed from outside. Cold, confident, familiar. Dr. Park, the man announced through speakers. You stole what belongs to us. Dr. Park clenched his fists. Lena noticed genuine fear in his eyes for the first time. Who is that? She whispered. Her father answered quietly. The man who betrayed me. The warehouse doors exploded inward. Smoke filled the room. Armed soldiers rushed inside. And through the smoke walked the CEO of Helix Motors himself. But this time, he wasn't smiling. You should have stayed dead, Doctor. Then his eyes shifted toward Lena. And now your daughter belongs to us too. Smoke drifted through the shattered warehouse. Armed soldiers surrounded Lena and her father from every side. Red laser sights covered their chests. The Helix CEO stepped forward slowly, adjusting his gloves like he had already won. The ether belongs to Helix, he said coldly. You stole company property, Doctor. Dr. Han Park laughed bitterly. Company property? I built the AI before Helix even existed. The CEO's smile disappeared. You built it with our funding. No, Dr. Park answered. I built it to protect humanity. The soldiers raised their weapons higher. Lena's hands trembled. Everything was happening too fast. Then the CEO looked directly at her. You have two choices, he said calmly. Come with us willingly, or watch your father die. Lena froze. Her father slowly stepped in front of her. Don't listen to him. But the CEO nodded toward one of the soldiers. A gun aimed directly at Dr. Park's head. Lena's breathing broke. Stop, she shouted. The warehouse became silent. The CEO smiled again. That's better. Then, the ether's voice echoed from outside the building. Command authority transfer available. Everyone turned. Blue light flooded the warehouse entrance. The supercar rolled forward slowly by itself, like a predator entering the room. The AI spoke again. Primary user, Lena Park. The dashboard projected a holographic interface into the air beside her. A single question appeared. Transfer full AI control? Yes, no. Her father's eyes widened instantly. "No," he whispered. The CEO looked nervous for the first time. "What does that mean?" Dr. Park stared at Lena urgently. "If you activate full control, the ether will bond completely to you." Lena looked at him. "Is that bad?" He hesitated. "The AI was never just a car." The room fell silent. "It's the world's most powerful intelligence system," he continued quietly. "It can control networks, satellites, defense systems, entire cities." Even the soldiers looked shocked. "The governments wanted it as a weapon," Dr. Park said. The CEO suddenly shouted angrily, "She's just a cleaner. She can't control something like that." Lena looked at the glowing yes button, then at her father, then at the armed men threatening them. For the first time in her life, she stopped feeling small. All those years people ignored her, mocked her, treated her like she was invisible. But the ether saw her, chose her, trusted her. Slowly, Lena pressed yes. The entire warehouse exploded with blue light. Every screen nearby activated instantly. The soldiers' weapons shut down. Vehicles outside lost power. Drones dropped from the sky like dead insects. The ether's voice deepened, becoming almost godlike. Full synchronization complete. The CEO stumbled backward in panic. "What did you do?" Lena opened her eyes, and suddenly she could see everything. Traffic systems, security cameras, global networks, information flowing like rivers of light inside her mind. The ether wasn't just connected to the world. It was the world now. The soldiers began retreating fearfully. The CEO grabbed a pistol and pointed it directly at Dr. Park. "If I can't have the AI, bang." But the bullet never landed. The ether stopped it midair using an electromagnetic pulse. The metal bullet dropped harmlessly to the floor. Everyone stared in horror. The CEO's face turned pale. "That's impossible." Lena stepped toward him slowly. "No," she said quietly. "It's the future." The warehouse doors slammed shut automatically. Screens around the room suddenly displayed hidden Helix files, illegal experiments, government corruption, assassinations, evidence of every crime. The truth streamed live across every network in the world. Phones buzzed everywhere across Neo Sol, then across the planet. The CEO looked around in terror. "You ruined everything." "No," Lena answered. "You did." Police sirens echoed outside. This time real police. The soldiers dropped their weapons. The CEO collapsed to his knees as officers stormed the warehouse. It was over. Hours later, sunrise spread across the city skyline. Lena stood on a rooftop beside her father and the Ether X1. The city glowed gold beneath them. "What happens now?" she asked softly. Dr. Park smiled for the first time in years. "That choice is yours." The Ether's doors opened beside her. Waiting, not as a machine, not as property, but as her partner. Lena looked toward the endless city lights, then stepped inside the car. The AI spoke one final time. "Where shall we begin?" Lena smiled faintly. "Everywhere."